Hi, welcome to Movebot, the fastest and easiest data migration tool around. I'm going to show you just how quick and simple migrations can be with Movebot. So you'll start by logging in and creating a new account here with the Start Free Trial button. Now when you click that, you fill out a couple of fields here and you'll get a free 50 gigabyte trial. And you don't need a credit card or talk to sales or anything like that. You can just sign up, get your account, and start moving data in minutes. So once you've created your account here, you'll start at this project overview screen. I'm going to walk you through this Google Workspace to SharePoint project real quick so you can see just how easy it is to do a migration with Movebot. First, you give your project a name, so something like Google Workspace to SharePoint. And then you'll set up your source. So in this case, you'd connect new storage, and since I'm doing Google Workspace, I'd find Google Workspace on the list here, and then go through the options to configure it. So it takes a little bit of extra steps the first time you set it up, which will involve creating a service account, which Movebot will do for you automatically. And you'll also need to give domain-wide access, which you can do by following this More Info button here. Now I've already set that up since it involves going through the Google Workspace admin account. So I'll choose that one that's already set up here. And then you do the same thing for SharePoint. So you connect your new storage, choose SharePoint OneDrive from the list, put in your settings here, and then you can link to SharePoint right here. And you do that, and you'll have your SharePoint and your Google Workspace connected, and you can go on to the next steps. And once you have your source and destination set up, you have the option to migrate permissions. So this is where things get a little bit interesting because Movebot lets you move permissions and other things as well as just the files themselves. After deciding if you want to move permissions, you can go through this content options thing. You'll see that there are other options like duplicate name sanitization, which is very important in this kind of move because Google can allow duplicate file and folder names and SharePoint doesn't. Duplicate name sanitization can help solve this kind of problem for you automatically. Same for doc type conversion here. As you see, Google Docs and other formats can't be migrated without conversion. So if you leave this box checked, if you have a Google Doc, it will convert it into the Microsoft Office equivalent so that it will be usable in SharePoint. Finally, here's where you'll have useful settings such as your migration geographic region, which will be the location where all of your data processing will take place. As you can see here, we have locations all around the world that you can choose from to suit your needs. Now, once you've gone through all of these options, hit the save and exit, and it's time to start your migration. So when you first create your project, you'll need to add transfers. So to do that, you'll go down here, click to add a transfer. So you can create these transfers down to the folder level for granular control for what you want to move. Creating new transfers is pretty simple here. So here is showing a list of all the drives in the Google Workspace account. So I'll click to move this accounting drive, for instance, and say this is the one I want to move from. Then scroll down to where you want to move to. So in SharePoint, it will show a list of the different sites. So in this case, I'd pick the accounting site, and then map it into the accounting folder within that accounting site. For larger and more complex migrations, you can enable automatic mapping, or you can download and fill out the CSV mapping template to map multiple transfers at once. But once you have your transfer done, hit the Save Transfers button, and it will appear on your list here. When your transfer is ready to go, hit start and you'll be given a pop-up where you can choose what action you want to do next. You can run a scan only on the specific folders in your transfer here, as well as start different types of migrations such as delta migrations. I'll go ahead and choose to start a full migration. The first time users can get tripped up on this section where it says Movebot is waiting for resources to watch and it can take a few minutes. So what's actually going on here is that Movebot is setting up the infrastructure to run the migration for you. What it's doing here is it's creating that infrastructure with all that configuration based on the settings that you chose so that you don't have to do any of it. I will speed through the process here and come back when it's completed. And there you go. The transfer is complete. Migration is done. Here you in this post-migration report, you can see all the data that was moved and the number of files that were transferred, anything that failed, and you can also launch Delta migrations and rerun failures from here. So Delta migrations scan for any differences in the source and destination and only move files that are new or modified since then, so you don't have to move everything again. And yeah, that's Movebot. Running a migration is fast and simple, and Movebot has a lot of features to make sure everything moves over. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us at sales@movebot.io, or you can try out Movebot on your own at movebot.io, link to register in the description. Happy moving!